Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us, coming to you from Washington's premier indoor shooting facility. Of course, that is Security Gun Club right here in Woodinville, Washington. Hey, Virginia, we need to talk because there is a whole truckload of civilian disarmament legislation heading to your governor's desk. And last time I checked, your governor has some pretty lofty political aspirations in the near future. So, what is going to happen? Well, you first need to understand how much legislation is getting there, and there is a lot, and then we'll go through each one of these and figure out what is the good governor likely to do. So today, let's spend a few minutes, let's geek out, and let's talk about Virginia on the brink of major civilian disarmament. Okay, Virginia, we are going to be talking about a whole ton of legislation that has come out of your brand new House of Representatives and State Senate. Yeah, as you can see, elections do have consequences. With slim margins in both chambers, your state legislature was able to pass gobs and gobs of civilian disarmament legislation. The bills that we will be talking about today are already on the governor's desk or will be arriving shortly. Your governor has until mid-April to either sign or veto. Now, if he were to veto, mathematically, we cannot envision any way in which either chamber could override a veto. The Democrats have incredibly slim majorities in both chambers of the state legislature currently, so a veto would in fact mean the death of these bills for now. Now, obviously, there is a ton of political pressure, and Virginia is a pretty deep purple state when you take a look at it. It's a swing state. It's one of the few swing states that are actually left. And so Governor Youngkin is going to have to very carefully walk a fine line between any type of re-election aspirations that he may have in the state of Virginia and not alienating a massive base that could support his efforts to reach higher office at a later date. Now, many experts believe that the governor is going to veto almost all pieces of this legislation, but you never know what happens in politics. And so, Virginia, you still have an opportunity to get a message to the governor's office and let him know in a very polite, professional, and direct way what the governor should be doing with this legislation. What's at stake? Well, check this out, Virginia. We're going to go through this list real fast and furious, and you're going to see there's a whole lot at stake here. House Bill 2. This is both an assault weapon ban and a high-capacity magazine ban. Assault weapons would be anything manufactured after July 1st of 2024, which would be the enactment date. Senate Bill 2, another assault weapon ban. This one actually expands the definition so that a lot more types of firearms are now encapsulated by this ban. House Bill 46. This prohibits possession of firearms from anyone in that dreaded age of 18, 19, or 20, basically requires everyone to be 21 years of age or older to possess a firearm. Senate Bill 47, basically the same thing as House Bill 46, it's the Senate version. Senate Bill 57 would prohibit a concealed pistol license from carrying a firearm anywhere where alcohol is served. Senate Bill 99 prohibits the carrying of certain types of semi-automatic firearms with certain types of cosmetic features and also removes any exemption based upon being a concealed carry license holder. Senate Bill 100. This requires the serialization of any firearm that is currently unserialized if it was manufactured after 1968. House Bill 173. Exactly the same thing as Senate Bill 100, but coming out of the House. House Bill 175 would prohibit the carrying of any kind of assault weapon anywhere in the state of Virginia under any circumstances, whether you're a concealed pistol license holder or not. House Bill 183 requires that every firearm, when it's at home, be secured and locked up when not on your person. Senate Bill 225 requires schools to text and email certain information to all the parents in the school district subjectively about firearms. Senate Bill 258 basically expands all of Virginia's red flag laws. Senate Bill 273 would establish a 5-day waiting period on the sale of any firearm in the state of Virginia. House Bill 318 This is an FFL liability bill, allows the state of Virginia or any other individual plaintiff to sue all sorts of gun manufacturers for crazy things that individuals did with a lawfully purchased product. Senate Bill 327. After redefining what an assault weapon is, this bill then prohibits 18, 19, and 20-year-olds from purchasing or possessing them. And listen, if we actually listed every single one, this would be about a 30-minute video. So we're going to hit you with a few more highlights, and then we're going to link up a story down below so that you guys could actually geek out on every one of them. But some of the other pieces of legislation that are going to be on Governor Youngkin's desk include Senate Bill 515, prohibits firearms inside of hospitals. House Bill 585, prevents a home-based FFL from being within 1.5 miles of a school. House Bill 466 significantly limits the out-of-state reciprocity that your state would offer for individuals as it relates to their concealed carry privileges. House Bill 797. This is really important because it removes both the NRA and the USCCA as approved instructors for your CHP classes. So this is a real subvert way that they go about disarming you. Don't believe me? Check out folks in California on that one. House Bill 798 actually disarms you for a multitude of misdemeanor convictions, which normally would not disarm you, but it expands that category of offenses for which you can be disarmed. All told, Virginia, there's 37 pieces of civilian disarmament legislation that are either already sitting on your governor's desk or are in a truck right now heading to the governor's office. So, what is Governor Youngkin going to do? Well, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Because right now, obviously, Virginia is one of the few remaining swing states out there. Governor Youngkin has no power out of the legislature right now because the Democrats control both chambers of the House. He's up for re-election shortly, and he has aspirations for higher office. So he is walking a political tightrope. Do I believe he's going to veto all of these bills? No, I don't. Do I believe he's going to veto most of these bills? Yes, I do. Understand, Virginia, any bill that he vetoes will in fact be killed because there is no mathematical possibility that your governor's veto would be overridden by either chamber of your state legislature at the current time. Listen, like I said, we're going to go ahead and link up everything down below so that you can see all the pieces of civilian disarmament legislation. It is truly a mesmerizing feat that the Virginia state legislature was able to pass these many pieces of civilian disarmament legislation in a short legislative session. I think it really goes to show exactly how hell-bent they are about disarming you, the lawful and responsible citizen in the state of Virginia. Listen, if you guys got any more questions about this or anything else related to what's left of your Second Amendment rights, you should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. If you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. And then let's finally remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.